Is that Airbnb-able?
No one knows where that water
Yes. Huge stone boners covered in trees. How? This is beautiful. I love this.
Welcome back, everybody.
Dynamite intro, sweetheart. Guys, let's go sightseeing. Today we're gonna be looking at some of the more unique attractions on the planet and oohing and eyeing over cool things. I love this type of thing, and I just like to bring my wife along for the ride, maybe a couple of you guys as well. This is called Lake Hillier.
The heck?
In Australia. Now, initially when I saw this, I was like, okay, they just changed the color saturation or hue. But no, apparently this place exists. First of all, kite surfing is badass and I want to try that so bad. My uncle does it. Looks really fun. But this is a lake. It's literally separated from the ocean by like just a tiny strip of land. Wild,
That's
right?
actually insane.
Yeah, crazy. I don't know why I didn't know that existed.
Are there any creatures in it?
That's actually why it's red. It's all blood because everyone that goes in there gets ripped apart by sharks. That's where the spider rain happens.
The spider rain, oh, I know.
So I went to look it up. I'm like, okay, why is the lake red? There has to be an explanation. In the first article I read,
it's not red.
Okay, excuse me. Why is it pink? And the article was like, even today, no one's been able to explain why the waters of the lake have such a pale pink color. I'm like, bullshit. Of course there has to be an explanation. You can't tell me scientists don't know how to explain why that's pink. It could be due to the presence of seaweed-rich in carotenoids belonging to a species Dunalilia, and when the lake waters reach high salinity, it's a saltwater lake, by the way, the temperatures and sunlight make the algae release a pigment that can color the lake. So I don't know why that sounds like the explanation, but don't pretend like scientists are like, oh, we don't know, we think this is why. There's somebody knows. It's just the article trying to be cute.
Something buzzword.
Look at this, dude. Can we just go to a place like this? Is that Airbnb-able? If that house right there is Airbnb-able, I'll book it right now.
I was gonna say, you want to keep showing me all these lovely places on cam, you better take me somewhere.
I know. We're in New England, so like the weather, it's like typically the best time of year right now, but it's been 6 straight weeks of 100% humidity and rain. So I'm seeing something like this and I'm just getting the biggest travel boner. So that's in Switzerland. Yeah, of course it is. Switzerland is, every time you think of one of the most beautiful places in the world, you typically think of that. Sweet mercy. All right, that's
scary.
Classic influencer me. Okay, all right, that wasn't bad. This looks amazing. Oh, with the little brook waterfall,
yeah.
That's a phenomenal shot right there.
Yeah.
Would you ever go backpacking through the mountains?
Calm down.
Would you ever go backpack glamping through the mountains if we could take a pop-up hotel with us?
Sure.
Moraine Lake. I don't know where that is, but that is some aqua.
No, look at like the royal blue sky and the aqua water.
Yeah. Grand Moraine Lake. That feels like somewhere cold, maybe.
I mean, they were in vests and
long
jackets.
sleeves.
Well, obviously life vests, but they were in jackets.
That looked amazing.
Devil's Kettle
we're gonna
Waterfall.
get a little tutorial.
At first glance, this pretty waterfall, located in Minnesota in the U.S., looks like your average
You get to learn
waterfall.
why scientists
What's
can't
interesting
explain
about this waterfall is that it has 2 different bodies of falling water. One side has water falling into another body of water, Lake Superior.
Okay.
The other one has water that falls straight into a huge natural hole in the ground. Where does this water lead? Well, that's the mysterious part. No one
knows where that water
is.
People
probably Lake
visiting the
Superior.
waterfall drop sticks
right?
and other
Just
objects
goes at a
down
different
the
path.
disappearing
No
waterfall,
one seems
but
to
they
know.
never see
Come
their
on.
items reappear downstream. In the past, scientists put the water to the test by...
What, you mean they couldn't figure it out by dropping a stick down there? Come on.
Just jump in.
We can't tell. That would be...
Just find out by jumping in. It's fine.
That would be the real experiment. I want to put this to bed real quick. I've said this before.
Oh God, here we go.
But when I say the word room, everyone wants me to say room. Oh, my bedroom. I say bedroom. Like, oh, you're calling it rum. I'm like, no. There's rum, which is where I sleep, and rum, which is what I drink. All right? Figure it out. If I see another comment about how I say rum, I'm gonna slap the piss out every single one of you. I'll show up at your high school and backhand you.
Say crayons.
Crayons. Jackson likes to draw and color with crayons.
See, you say crayons.
Crayons. Crayon? Nobody says crayons.
Crayon.
That's ridiculous.
No!
Welcome to Maya Bay on Phi Island.
Looks nice, dude.
A paradise
Fifi
beach
Island?
with sand as white as snow.
Looks like
and
when
crystal
the movie
clear
The Beach
water.
was filmed. You ever see the movie The Beach with Leo DiCaprio? When he was young?
If you are lucky,
Fire movie.
you can even see sharks here.
No
and
thanks.
of course, lots
If
of
you're
other
lucky.
fishes. This is so cool.
If you're lucky, you can see sharks. If you're even luckier, you can get eaten by one.
Okay.
Yes, please. The old, like, flowy dress walking down, like, that's such a classic social media thing. Iceland could be cool to explore. I know your idea of a vacation isn't somewhere that you have to wear a parka and a hat, but you know what? Maybe I'll have to take a YouTube business trip there someday.
I would try it.
And we'll do a little.
If I have the right gear, it's all right.
As long as you can have like a hot tub or an inside pool to relax at the end of the day.
Sure.
With a couple of Mai Tais on deck. Rui Brit. Whoa. Whoa. That's badass. You can't.
Honestly, it doesn't look real, but
Yeah, I know.
I know it is, but it.
That's wild. I imagine there's been, what do they call them, free base jumpers that have launched off of that before? Or maybe not, because it's probably wildly illegal, and I don't think I want to run it with the Chinese government for jumping off their bridge. That's gnarly, dude. So this one I love because obviously as an existing huge Game of Thrones fan, despite how it ended, these people went to, I guess, Croatia, which is where a lot of it was filmed. And they found a lot of the locations where things were taped, which is cool. Series Walk of Shame, amazing episode. Shame, shame. Karth. It is interesting to see it like typical phone photo and how it's dolled up in cinema.
Yeah.
Like this one particularly, like if you look at it, they probably just green screened the whole, or like rotoscoped the whole background and like added cat. Oh,
yeah.
no, those trees are the same actually.
Wait. Yeah, but they changed it.
Yeah, the tree stayed, but yeah, they added a little castle and stuff. Slaves Rebellion. The Blackwater Bay, that's actually sweet. Sorry, I'm having the time of my life here. I know you haven't seen Game of Thrones, but a lot of iconic scenes happened in Croatia. I know, didn't you ask me?
I asked you on cam before,
Yeah.
knowing how poorly it ended,
Would you
still
recommend it?
recommend it? And the answer was no.
Was it no?
For me. For me.
Well, for you. I think in general, as someone who would appreciate kind of like that fantasy period piece type of vibe, I would still recommend it. This looks like, did we see this one where like it looks like where Avatar was filmed?
so.
Literally looks like the set of Avatar, which is generated in 3D, I believe, but that is cool, dude. Like the treetops, like that's super unique to, I feel like, Eastern culture. Like most of the mountain stuff you see over here is just like Arctic and there's not a lot of vegetation when you get up super high. But these look cool because I guess altitude wise it's maybe not as high, but it feels like it with the misty smoke over it. Just looks
Very
cool.
cinematic.
Yeah, I don't know. I like how does stuff like that forms? That's what I'm saying. Like this is millions of years of some sort of like earthen evolutionary something. I don't know.
Stop hurting my brain.
Just
It's supposed to be fun.
these huge stone boners covered in trees. How this is beautiful. I love this.
This is the most beautiful place in the USA.
Oh,
Some of you may have heard of it, some
It's
of
Alaska.
you may not have.
interesting.
It's located in Alaska and it's called Tracy Orme
That looks
Fjord.
amazing.
And the best way to get out there is by a boat when you're in Juneau.
Juneau, that is deep up there.
And yeah, just enjoy the view. It's one of the most peaceful places.
I remember last time we did a video with a lot of like beautiful world places. We like tongue in cheek were shitting on the US.
Oh,
We're like,
yeah.
oh, if you want to see the beautiful places, you got to go elsewhere outside the US. We got shredded in the comments because
I'm
people are like,
sure.
"Woo, blah, 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 blah." They
What
all,
about this place? What about that place? Yeah.
I get it. We were teasing. There's of course a lot of beautiful places in the US. I'm more enamored by ones I'm less familiar with.
Sure.
Obviously.
Called Museum of the Future.
First, Dubai.
And it's in Dubai, the Emirates. No one knows what's inside.
Oh, shut up.
until
Oh my god.
now.
I've seen this guy before. Yeah, he makes like
The
he's
whole
just so
building is
fucking
shaped
dramatic.
like an eye, and it's covered with Arabic language. Inside, there are 7
pretty gnarly.
floors with 0 columns and 0 corners. On the 5th floor, they designed an actual space station approved by NASA. On the 4th floor, they built an actual rainforest. On the 2nd floor, they put the craziest ideas like flying drones, self-driving cars,
Flying
robotic
drones!
dogs. This isn't
Well, did I
just
tell you, this guy's a
building.
little
This
dramatic,
is
right?
an
Yeah.
institution that funds humans.
I mean, okay, cool. We get it, Nas. The building looks cool. I'll give it to you. But I want to end, this isn't on the list, but have you heard of the new Vegas Sphere? It's literally like right outside of, not the Venetian, but it's like right on the strip. The Vegas
What are you talking
Sphere.
about?
It's a new event stadium owned and built by the same people that own Madison Square Garden. They built in Vegas. It just opened this year, and it's literally a massive 8K digital sphere. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The futuristic entertainment venue in Las Vegas is the world's largest spherical structure. So this, now you're just driving down the highway and you can see this thing like from outside of the city. and they just put up all types of stuff. Like when there's a basketball, they put up like a basketball one. That is gnarly.
Question, is there anything in it or is it just fat?
It's a legitimate venue.
Okay.
You can go inside. They're gonna do shows and shit inside. Yeah, I have no idea
so
what
it's like an entertainment venue of sorts?
Yes, I don't. They haven't opened it for shows quite yet. I don't think. But the outside is garnering a ton of hype. So once they start booking shows out, it's gonna go absolutely bananas. And I don't know this, but I'm under the impression that the inside is very unique in how the seating is done. I imagine they'll probably like run it up the sides. It'll be very stadium-esque.
Sure.
Definitely looking forward to going to a show there someday. So there's a cool, unique attraction in the United States. Let's go. Take that, China and Austria and Croatia. As always, we want to thank you guys for doing a little sightseeing with us via a computer chair and a computer screen. And we appreciate your time. We can't wait to see you in the next video. Deuces.